Welcome to DCGCC, where we bring you governmental information and classical entertainment. I am Governor Dr. Elizabeth Samantha Rothschild, Judge, Governor of the Federal Estate of Washington, District of Columbia, bringing you an executive state of emergency update for today, August 22nd, 2026. I am on my way home after a series of events that turned out to be very fortunate for me. I have decided that I'm going to my house. I have my purchase and sale agreement. However, that we know that my home has been criminally embezzled. And the last time that I even checked on it, stepped foot on the property, or even was in the area, was in December of 2024. And this is 2026. I want to go home. I bought my home for the purpose of staying there. Now, since it was embezzled, that put us all in a predicament because dealing with the office of the governor and the governor needing a place to stay and being in an executive state of emergency, then the use of my private home as a public official, a judge, can open its doors and say, well, let's house the office of the governor temporarily by housing the governor and small office space for the governor in the meantime. Well, my house was embezzled, and so that idea had to be relented. If I go home, there is some underwriting that can be done that would support the government and enforce small units of controlled unclassified information as well as some classified content for progress to undergird the government. Since I am the governor as well, I can use my own home and just provide the underwriting. So when it was embezzled, that put us all in a predicament. I'm nervous about going to my house because there were embezzlers there. I have been led to believe that these people are no longer at my house and that my home is there. There are no utilities on, and the house is just sitting there. I don't know what the yard looked like, if the landscapers continue to go, if there was something in the underwriting that provided for that. But I want to go to my house and I don't want anyone on my property. That I'm nervous I'm taking the long way home. So last night I slept outside, if you want to call it sleep. I didn't really sleep. And I'm going to be outside for, I know, at least a few days. That's not a real big deal. I stayed on the streets of Austin, Texas for 3 straight years. And when I lived in Louisiana for 7 years, 2 of the years my house was in operations, and the other 5 years I lived there with no lights, no water, and no gas in my little shack. This is a mansion. I'm sure I can find some room outside of my house to park my bag so I don't have to drag a suitcase all over FEW DC to run errands and handle my business. So as it happens, I have come into contact with attorney Adrian Mixon. I wanted to make sure I said his last name properly, who is representing me in the courtroom of Judge Hildum at the Superior Court for some other problems regarding all of the things that caused the executive state of emergency. I didn't know anyone before, and I have long needed assistance or referrals for assistance for which I can pay. I can pay fee simple. All attorneys know about bridging for fee simple. And as well, if it's not in their jurisdiction or juris doctorate, how to refer for services. And so I'm going to totally use this opportunity to network with my attorney who is being paid to represent me, to get that extra help, to help me to make sure no one is on my property, because I can go park my bags there and I can go into my home fee simple. I was instructed by the courts to keep on my badge from the arrest, which the press secretary has discussed, if you read the information, that identifies me in DC as Elizabeth Rothschild and my date of birth. So my fingerprints have been taken by a DC agency, by Metropolitan Police Department. And well, now everybody knows who I am, and it makes it easier for me to self-authenticate. Okay. Um, and it has my picture on it and everything. So I have my purchase and sale agreement. I have other forms of identification and other documentation. And I want to go home. So once I speak with Mr. Attorney Mixon and get some additional help because MPD doesn't seem to know what to do. I just want to know that no one's at my property. If there's no utilities on there, that's okay. I'll think about that when I get home. I just want to go and park my bags, maybe go right inside the first portion of the house and go ahead and get started on my general contracts to get the general contractors out there to remove the distinctive features. But in the meantime, I can go there for whatever's there. If I have to camp out my front door or camp right inside of my home by the front door until I can get things going, because things have definitely gone too far. And but I want everyone to know that you see me moving my bags. That's what happened. But the press secretary, just read the post, today's post for August 22nd, 2026. So I want to get all of the negative energy off of me first before I even go onto my property. I've downsized a lot. I want to relieve myself of any association to having to go back and forth to that homeless shelter. The acquisition, I'll pick back up with that business later, but that's irrelevant to government at this particular time, until we get into through DCDHHS for the transition, because as far as the acquisition, what's going to happen is going to happen with or without the transition. Okay. So I just wanted everyone to know that I'm going to my house when I can be sure that no one is there, and I'm going to go onto my property and I'll live from my property and progress from there. So I would appreciate everyone's support in knowing that that's what I'm doing. So if you see me outside with my bags, hopefully you don't see me napping and I'm moving around. But if you see me napping, just know that I'm exhausted. And that's the executive state of an emergency update at this time for what's going on with me. Remember, it is your accountability to know and be in the know responsibly. Make sure you get the information from the update so you'll know exactly what's going on. And you all have a great day.